Right, so my numbers are really not adding up, so I must have missed a couple of days, and it has finally rained, so it seems like a good day to catch up on that. So we're going to be starting today with a replacement planting, which is always the good one to start with because it's nice to get them out of the way. So I planted an Elaeus squiniensis here, which is the African oil palm, and as with the other one, it really just did not thrive. It did hold on for longer, but it has not been a good year for palms, and yeah, this has been the palm it's been worst for. So that is going to be coming out, and we're going to be replacing it with one of our very standard replacement trees, which is Annona muricata, which so far this year has served me very, very well. I'm hoping now the rains seem to have arrived, that will continue to be the case. Second up tonight, I did something I have not done yet this year, which is forget to turn the camera on. So this is Moringa oleifera. It's already in the ground when you see it here, but this was a very bare patch of soil, which I think is probably an old termite mound. There doesn't seem to be any activity around here. There doesn't seem to be any hollow. But as far as I know, the chemistry of that should serve the Moringa quite well, because I think they like a slightly less acid soil than most of our soils are, so this should do it quite nicely. They've been pretty hardy so far this year. Even one that I thought was toast in a very open space has started springing back when it warmed up again. So I'm hoping that in this very bare little open patch near where I originally tried planting a Paranari, we should have luck with it. It's going to be getting some aloe arborescens around the base of it, just to make sure the base is shaded and cool and not cooked. And it's also going to be getting some pieces of the Cotyledon berbe, which is the bush-belled pig's ear, and the Calinco prolifera, which is the box-belled, which should nicely fill out and give it some ground cover. Finally tonight I'm going to be planting today's actual tree, which is one that I haven't planted before, but I'm hoping should do well, and I have 50% evidence for that. So we're going in the edge of a thicket, which is a good place to plant generally, because that's usually how forests grow, is the thicket edges get more and more trees, they get higher, and then the thicket edge moves out a bit and you plant in there. This is actually a thicket edge I've moved in, because I cut back some ginger bush quite significantly here. We've got some shell ginger, we've got some yazakao growing here already, and a couple of different dracaenas, and into this quite close to some coffee and some trifoliate orange, we're going to be putting a pear tree. So this is the variety Kieffer, which is actually a cross between probably the Bertram pear, which is one of the forms of Pyrus communis, the common pear, and the Asian pear or sand-pear, Pyrus pyriformis, which I think should be hardier, because there are a couple of Asian pears we have which seem to have been used as rootstock originally, which my grandmother would have planted a very, very long time ago, and they do periodically flower and fruit, so they do survive the chilling requirements here. Kieffer is supposed to be one of the most low chill pears. Pears generally do need a lot of chill, so this is an area that directly above, when the Brachystegias drop their leaves, it will have a sort of direct air current, so if we get frost at all, this is a spot that could experience it, which should be ideal for convincing this pear tree to bear fruit. This is one that has been in Zambia over winter, and it's been on a nursery right on top of a hill very nearby, but nurseries don't tend to have huge trees around, which does mean that their tendency to get frost is slightly higher, and they do cool down a little bit more, but we'll see how this goes. Despite having quite a lot of plants already around it, it is going to be getting a piece of the Euphorbia tithymeloides, the devil's backbone, because the chickens had kicked it off the sort of main clump of it, and I thought, well, it's dried out, it's healed, it might as well go in the ground, and it's a nice toxic barrier anyway. And that should be everything for tonight, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you haven't enjoyed it, thank you for watching anyway. Please tune in again tomorrow, because I will hopefully be planting something else. I have a few suspects lined up, but we'll see.